Hey everyone, and welcome. So, you're looking at Royal Enfield's bikes, and the lineup just keeps getting bigger, right? You're probably wondering, where do I even start? Well, you are in exactly the right place. Today, we're going to break it all down and help you find the perfect Royal Enfield for you. Let's get into it. Okay, so this is really the big question, isn't it? Are you someone who's drawn to that classic, old school, thumping soul of their original bikes? Or are you looking for something with a bit more modern performance, more versatility, but still wrapped up in that awesome retro style? I promise, by the end of this, you'll have a much clearer picture of where you belong. Now, before we even get to the specific models, you've really got to understand the legacy here. I mean, this isn't just another motorcycle company. Royal Enfield holds this incredible title, the oldest motorcycle brand still in continuous production. So why does that matter to you as a buyer? Because that history, over a century of it, is literally built into every single bike. You feel it in their simple, tough designs and their just undeniable character. And you know, while the company's roots are British, the heart of the modern Royal Enfield story, it really starts beating in India, way back in 1955. This journey over the last 70-odd years is what turned it from a classic British name into an absolute global powerhouse. Yeah, just look at this timeline. It's such a unique story. It all started in the UK back in 1901, but the real game changer was 1955. That's when Enfield India was created, specifically to build the legendary Bullet for the Indian Army. Then, fast forward to 1994, the company merges with the Eicher Group. And honestly, that move probably saved the brand and set it up for the massive growth we see today. And that UK Tech Center opening in 2017, that just shows this is a company that's super proud of its past, but is also investing big time in its future. All right, let's start with the bikes that really define the soul of Royal Enfield. These are the models that for so many people are the very picture of what a motorcycle should be. You know, just timeless, simple, and absolutely full of character. And here it is, the Bullet. I mean, this bike holds the record for the longest continuous production run of any motorcycle. It started all the way back in 1948. Think about that. So when you buy one, you're not just buying a bike, you're kind of inheriting a legacy. Its single-cylinder thump is the stuff of legend. And because it was a workhorse for the Indian Army, it built this bulletproof, no pun intended, reputation for being tough and reliable. This is just pure, unfiltered motorcycling. It's a piece of living history you can actually own. So if the Bullet is the true original, the classic is its perfect tribute. It came out in 2009, and they basically took all the design cues from that gorgeous post-war G2 Bullet, but they packed it all together for the modern rider. What you get is all of that stunning vintage look, but with more reliable, up-to-date engineering. It is, hands down, the easiest way to get that pure vintage experience today. But here's the thing. Royal Enfield is not a company that's stuck in the past. Not at all. Over the last decade or so, the brand has just exploded with new models, seriously diversifying their lineup to compete in almost every major category out there. Let's check out how they've gone way beyond their classic roots. Okay, this is where choosing gets fun, but also a little tricky. First, you've got the Hunter 350, which is this awesome, nimble little roadster that's just perfect for zipping around the city. Then you have the Meteor models, which are just pure laid-back, easy-riding cruisers. The 650 twins, the Interceptor and the Continental GT, man, these were absolute game changers, offering incredible performance for the price. And just recently, you've got the Guerrilla 450, bringing their brand new liquid-cooled engine into a cool modern roadster. And they didn't just stop at the pavement. Oh no. The Himalayan became an absolute legend in the adventure riding world for its simple, go-anywhere attitude. Then they took that same platform and made the Scram 411, giving it this cool, stylish urban twist. And now there's the Bear 650, which is bringing that awesome scrambler style to their super popular 650 twin platform. Seriously, they've got a bike for pretty much any adventure you can think of. And if you want to know just how big of an impact all this diversification had, look at this. 2015. That was the year Royal Enfield did something that a lot of people thought was totally impossible. It sold more motorcycles around the world than Harley-Davidson. That wasn't just a fluke. It was a massive signal that their whole strategy of making affordable, fun bikes full of character was working. Big time. Okay, so this is super important. To really understand these different bikes, you have to get what's powering them. Royal Enfield has basically developed 3 totally different engine platforms. And believe me, each one gives you a completely different riding experience. Let's break it down real simple. First, the J-Series 350cc single. This is the modern version of that classic thumper. It's smooth, it's reliable, and it's absolutely perfect for just cruising around or navigating through the city. Then you've got the 650 Parallel Twin. This is their versatile workhorse. People love it because it's so smooth and can really do a bit of everything. And finally, the new kid on the block, the Sherpa 450. This is their very first liquid-cooled engine, and it's all about higher performance and tough adventure riding. The engine you pick really defines the bike's personality. So, after all of that, let's circle right back to where we started. Now that you know the history, the different models, and the engines that make them tick, we can finally figure out which Royal Enfield is the right one for you. All right, let's make this super simple. If what you're really after is that pure, timeless heritage vibe, it's got to be the classic 350 or the Bullet 350, no question. For those of you who want to go exploring, on the road, or off it, you're looking right at the Himalayan or the Scrim. If you need one bike that can do it all, your daily commute, your weekend fun, the Interceptor 650 or the Continental GT 650 are just brilliant choices. And finally, for all you city riders who want something agile and stylish, the Hunter 350 and the new Guerrilla 450 were pretty much made for you. You know, when you think about it, from a British military supplier to an Indian icon, and now a global phenomenon, the Royal Enfield story is still being written chapter by chapter. So I guess the only question left to ask is, which chapter of that incredible story are you going to ride? Thanks so much for watching.